How many times have we been wrongfully accused or convicted? And how many times have we wrongfully accused or convicted someone else? The readings today take us to both sides of the accused and the accuser. But the beauty of both situations is the experience of a merciful redemption. In Deuteronomy, we hear the courageous and righteous story of Susanna. Her beauty caught the attention of two wicked elder men who had been appointed judges and began to lust for her. The reading says, "They suppressed their consciousness. They would not allow their eyes to look to heaven and did not keep in mind just judgments." We see the wicked men had fallen into temptation, leading them to sin and eventually lie about Susanna. But she says something to them that probably caught them off guard. She says, "Yet it is better for me to fall into your power without guilt than to sin before the Lord." She would not allow herself to be part of this sin and trusted that the Lord would set this right. As the story unfolds, we hear the Lord answer her prayers, and the wicked men are then put to death for their false allegations. I'm sure we have witnessed this story before in our own lives, being wrongfully accused and put to shame. In situations like this, we can take Susanna as an example of trust by not allowing ourselves to be tangled in sin, lifting our gaze to heaven, praying to the Lord for the truth, and placing our hope in Him. Simply allowing the Lord to bring justice through His unfailing love and mercy. And in the Gospel, we hear the story of the woman who was accused of being caught in adultery and was brought to Jesus to be condemned. But instead, Jesus quietly bends down to write something on the ground, and when He gets up, He says, "Let the one among you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." I can just imagine what she heard in that moment. Her eyes were closed, body shaking intensely, mentally preparing herself to be beaten. But she only heard her heart beating, rocks falling on the ground, and footsteps fading away. Her blame was forgotten, and her sin was forgiven. It makes me wonder why it is so easy to condemn and point my finger at someone else when three fingers are pointing right back at me. I too am a sinner. I too have been hurt. But I must pursue the truth to experience a merciful redemption. Let us renovate our hearts and be trusting as Susanna and forgiving as Jesus.